What's going on, Packers Nation? Victor here. And listen, I'm gonna say this right now. If this actually happens, it would be one of the most shocking coaching moves in modern NFL history. The Pittsburgh Steelers, a franchise that almost never fires coaches, a team that just moved on from Mike Tomlin after 19 seasons, are now being linked to an important name in Green Bay. And it gets crazier, because now we're hearing an actual trade price for him if the Packers and him don't agree on a contract extension. So today, we're breaking it all down. Why the Steelers are even thinking this, what insiders say him is worth, and the big question for Packers fans: would you trade this guy for draft picks? But before we dive in, if you're part of Packers Nation, smash that like button, subscribe, and help us hit this incredible goal of 1,000 subscribers. Let's get into it. Context: why this even exists. First, let's talk reality. Matt Lafleur is under contract through the 2026 season. So no, this isn't a firing situation. This isn't Green Bay panicking. This is about leverage and extensions. And right now, there is no reported agreement between the Packers and Lafleur on a new deal. At the same time, the Steelers are entering the most important coaching search they've had since 2007. Think about that. They had Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin. That's 3 head coaches in over 50 years. So when they move very carefully. Why the Steelers would even consider Lafleur from Pittsburgh's perspective? This makes sense. Lafleur is 45 years old, a modern offensive coach, a proven leader with 3 straight playoff appearances, owner of a career winning percentage north of 650, and despite the recent disappointment, let's be clear, since becoming head coach, Lafleur has never had a losing season, consistently ranked his offense in the top half of the NFL, won games with different roster constructions. That's attractive to a team terrified of picking the wrong coach. The bombshell: trade price revealed. Now here's where this story explodes. Sports Illustrated insider Albert Breer was asked what Matt Lafleur would be worth if he became available. And his answer: a top 60 pick, plus something else. Let that sink in. Not a first-rounder, not a Sean Payton-level haul, but a high second-round pick. And remember, the Steelers have a ton of draft capital. They could absolutely afford that. Analyst confirmation: yeah, would then come Steve Palazzolo from the 33rd team, and this part is critical. He said Lafleur's stock is not high enough to demand a first-round pick. And when asked directly, would you trade a second-rounder for Lafleur, his response: yeah, I would. That tells you this isn't media noise. This is how NFL decision-makers are actually thinking. Packers fan, reality check. Now let me speak directly. As a Packers fan, trading Matt Lafleur would be insane. Unless one thing is true. If the front office believes this relationship is nearing its ceiling and Lafleur won't re-sign long-term, then extracting real draft capital becomes a conversation. But here's the flip side. Since Lafleur arrived, the Packers have been competitive every year. Stability has been restored. Post-McCarthy young quarterbacks have developed in structure. You do not casually move on from that. Should Green Bay even answer the phone? So here's the real question. Is a second-round pick worth losing continuity, restarting a coaching timeline, risking locker room buy-in? For me, unless Lafleur flat-out refuses an extension, I'm not trading him. Good coaches are harder to find than draft picks. Now Packers Nation, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment. Would you trade Matt Lafleur for a second-round pick? Or is this a hard nitrogen monoxide from Green Bay? If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe to Packers Nation Report, and help us hit this massive goal of 1,000 subscribers. This is Victor, and no matter who's calling, Green Bay controls this situation. Go Pack Go!